Hi everyone, my name is Nate Miller and this is my introduction video for science curriculum and reform. On the left side there you will see a picture of my wife Erin and I. That's us at the Eagles and Redskins game last December. On the right side there's a picture of my puppy. Her name's Harper and she's 7 months old. I got my undergraduate degree from Temple University in early childhood education. I'm a 4th grade teacher at Wickersham Elementary in the school district of Lancaster. My wife and I are huge Philadelphia sports fans. I like spending time with friends and family, and my favorite candy bar is the Snickers. So, as far as how students learn science, I agree a lot with what Donovan and Bransford said. I think they're starting with the preconceptions, then moving into inquiry and centering it around metacognition is important. As far as preconceptions go, I never really put this much in-depth thought about the importance of this. I think it was just something that kind of came naturally to teaching, especially science. Um, but I'll get into that a little more when I talk about the barriers. And as far as inquiry goes, I think this is important to allow your students the opportunity to do those hands-on experiments, to connect the content to that hands-on task and connecting it back to the outside world. And then metacognition, I think this is important for all subjects. I think it tells students a lot about who they are. I think it allows students the opportunity to self-assess, self-regulate, and just know who they are as a learner. So then, as far as barriers for learning science, I think the pre-assessments and preconceptions is the main topic there. For me, individually at least. Preconceptions wise, I took this from teaching in an inner city school approach and teaching 4th graders. So my students will come in and they may have very, very little background knowledge of particular topics, and I might have my lesson prepared as they're not going to know this much, and then all of a sudden I'm changing my lesson on the spot, which is natural to what we do as teachers. But I think it's important to allow those as a teacher, you have to remember that all preconceptions are reasonable. This is the part that really stuck out to me from Donovan and Bransford, just because there's certain things that your students will say that you are like, I don't know how that connects at all, but then looking back on it or asking them and getting like hearing them out, it actually does make sense. As far as my classroom goes, so I do address those preconceptions with my students, talk to the students. I use Nearpod and I have them do like science collages with whatever the topic of the day is and make a collage. We'll talk about it. And I lead that into the conceptual change of explicitly teaching the, like, this is accurate, this doesn't actually really relate kind of thing. And then as far as inquiry goes, we use inquiry, we get into the experiments, but I want to get more into that well-designed guided inquiry instruction that Bransford and Donovan talk about. And as far as metacognition goes, I use this daily across all subjects and with my class. I think it's important, especially as 4th graders, to start knowing who you are as a learner. And then my current perspective for STEM education, this isn't ideally where I want to be, but I based it off of where I currently am. So I said I teach science and I incorporate technology, engineering, and math into my lessons, but I don't know that I'm actually like integrating them completely. So when I teach science, we'll use the text or whatever, but I'll use a technology for instruction, connect it to math, connect it to engineering.